Rich, what you're looking at now is The Matrix Awakens, which is an Unreal 5 experience, aka a tech demo, which dropped during the
Game Awards.
The Game Awards. I was going to call it something else.
No, it's not a tech demo, Dan. This is a movie. This is real life, innit?
Honestly, like at the beginning, because this is like playable, not this bit specifically, but like at points I was like, is this a game or am I watching this? And I was like, holy shit, when it got to this. Obviously, very basic in terms of things, but just the whole thing here is it's a tech demo. It's about the physics and just the cars just rolling, exploding. But what we're going to do over the next 12 minutes, Rich, is we're going to run through basically what is like what next gen aspires to be and hopefully will be at some point.
Yes.
Like the true kind of next gen sample, I feel. Like this is the most next gen thing I've ever played, and it's a tech demo.
Yeah, I mean, visually speaking, it's leagues ahead of anything we've seen so far, right? And I feel like some of that is because there's had to be compromises because stuff's been, last gen, this gen. It's like,
Yeah, this is
we need some pure next gen stuff, and this is a glimpse of what we could potentially see.
Yeah, and it is phenomenal.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah, and this is obviously very well. It's not scripted. It is scripted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because there's a bit when we switch guns in a second where I'm like, I'm not going to shoot for a minute, and we'll just see what happens. And it just carried on, like riding through the city. But and then there's bits where I'm like, I'm going to shoot different trucks in various different orders just to see how kind of physics based it is and how scripted it is. And obviously there's a little bit of both where she's weaving in and out the traffic. Fairly sure that's scripted. But just things like with the traffic, the explosions, when you choose to blow something up, like that kind of thing. Like it's blurring the line between scripted and kind of emergent, which is what I kind of really expected from next gen.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't much to this, is there? But it is a pure visual showcase.
Absolutely.
Right, and on that front,
it looks like a film, right?
Yeah, it does. Like that intro, I was kind of struggling a little bit to sort of determine what was real and what was Unreal Engine 5.
100%. Until I saw the character that I knew was like the main character.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, well, this is definitely CGI. And when they de-aged Keanu as well.
Yeah. Do you know what the giveaway is?
Go on.
It's the eyes and the hair. They still can't get that quite right. They're close, but the eyes and the hair are always the dead giveaway.
Well, there's some stuff that we're going to talk about in a bit. Because I don't think I told many people video-wise on the channel, but I was playing with Unreal for pretty much all of last summer, messing with the metahumans and stuff like that. So a load of this stuff, like the metahumans that we'll see in a bit, is like phenomenal stuff. This is kind of obviously a part of that. Like Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu, completely different, obviously.
Yeah, real humans.
They're the actual real humans. But I'm not sure whether this main character, let's call her, is actually like, look at that, looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, I'm not sure whether this main character is actually a real person or actually a metahuman. Like that's how good their technology is. But yeah, what we're going to spend the rest of the video is we'll run through their little kind of tech demo thing he's talking about, like the live AI and stuff like that. But then we'll just have a little run through the city. But like honestly, the open world is just phenomenal. I did have a few issues with the frame rate. But again, this is a tech demo. This isn't a video game, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing would get polished out. But like just being able to like toggle day and night, like just fantastic.
Wow. I mean, yeah, incredible stuff. Imagine like a new Batman game with this kind of tech.
Mate, I'll be honest. If they removed the text now, I couldn't tell whether that was a game or whether it was a film.
Yeah, I'd struggle.
Like now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only when you press that button, you're like,
I can tell it's a game now, Dan. I can say this a game, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, this blew my mind a little bit. Like, I wasn't going to do a video on it. And then I played it and I was like, Rich, we should do a video.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. But like things like this, like you just notice subtle differences, especially in the next shot. It almost makes it feel a little bit more, actually not this shot, the next shot, a little bit more alive. But just the architecture is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's
just
remarkable
feels,
stuff.
Yeah, and this is metahuman stuff, which is like I basically go and point out a load of people in the crowd, but like if this happened in a film, I'd be like, oh, cool. But then it's seamless transition into playing, and just the phenomenal details.
Wow.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. But this is the open world, Rich.
Yeah.
I imagine that they create this to just do a load of scenes in the film, right? Because a load of TV and film companies are now using Unreal technology to do CGI and stuff like that. But in it, you can drive a car, Rich. And
This is quite extensive. I mean, I played a little bit of this last night, but I just played the on-rail shooty bit, and it was after the Game Awards, so it was like 4:30 in the morning. It was like, what am I doing? Go to bed.
Yeah.
But I didn't think you'd be able to freely explore
No,
the city
mate,
like
you
this.
can't. Yeah, you can literally just go and do whatever you want.
Wow.
Obviously, you can just run around and stuff like that. There isn't a lot of mechanics.
Yeah.
Run around, drive. But, Rich, you can also fly as well.
Oh, really?
Also, this is the metahuman stuff I'm talking about. Everyone, like, if you look at the NPCs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
everyone's wearing their own outfits, and they have their own faces and haircuts and things like that. Like, and yeah, so we'll do a bit more in a minute. But like, you're able to fly through the entire environment and just explore, which
Okay.
is great. Like, but just the lighting, like the puddles, just the amount of traffic, like the pedestrians. Like everyone's there's no colour in the outfits, but I guess it is the Matrix.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
But isn't that a Matrix thing, right? Where
You should have to
the woman in red.
I was going to say,
the
yeah, you
outlier.
you should try and find the woman in the red dress. You took the words out of my mouth. That guy's got
But
green
in terms-
stripes.
But in terms of like body weights and stuff like that, clothes, faces, and just look at the detail in the world as well. It's like not your llama's pinata. Pinata?
Pinata. This is mad though, because it's so detailed and impressive. All they need to do is sort of implement some game mechanics into this.
Exactly.
And you've got a game.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder why they didn't.
I'm hoping this is the blur that we're going to see, that people are going to create these kind of assets for films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they're going to just pass the open world over to developers and have them develop mechanics and stuff, and then we'll get some proper like, incredible nutty worlds. Like, look at this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
traffic.
I was sorry to interrupt, but this is what I wanted from this generation of consoles.
Yeah,
like, this
sure,
is. I feel like this is sort of what we were promised.
Yeah,
and
I feel like we've been saying it a lot in comparison videos that that last gen is holding it back, and only when you see this and you're like,
you realise,
oh god, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
And the developers and the publishers and the people who make the consoles are always going to say, oh no, it's not holding us back, because obviously they've got games to sell and they've got consoles to push and things like that. But look at the reflections as well.
That's amazing. And also, lest we forget, not everyone can get hold of a Series X or a PS5 at the moment.
Yeah. How did they put that copy machine by the door?
Oh my god, that's so Matrixy. It's a conundrum.
Well, this is almost one of the issues, right, with these kind of realistic open worlds, is that you notice stuff like that, because everything else you don't really notice. Like, this could be just from a film. Do you know what I mean? Like a just camera. But this is the most impressive kind of open world I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, just in terms of detail and scale, and it feels alive. You know.
This is only a small section of the city as well, right? The city is absolutely massive. I think I've got a shot in a minute where I'm just up, but
this is free as well. Sorry, it's free.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, somebody should literally create a game in this world.
Totally.
But obviously, this is where it's like, you could create a game in this world and it could be terrible, but you could also create a game in this world and it could be phenomenal. That's where the game design comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just to create a living and breathing world like this that is just phenomenal to explore, and just you just get lost in it. Like, you almost forget that it's a game, that you just look at the shadows and stuff like that, and the lighting, and everything about it is just a masterpiece.
Well, this is a ready-made urban sandbox. Stick a game in here, you're good to go.
Yeah, things like the traffic as well. Like, look how high we are up. That would look like one of those shots in any film, right? You know, where it's just
massive drone shot or something, or crane shot.
Exactly. And like the cars as well, just the lighting, just the reflections on the cars is phenomenal. But this is what I want from next gen, and I'm hoping this is eventually what we will get. There's like deformation on the cars as well.
Really?
Which is crazy.
Wow. By the way, I don't want to sort of come across with the attitude that game design's really simple and you could just drop a game in here. I know there's a lot more to it than that. Yeah. But, you know.
But with tools like this, Rich, where you can literally just change the crowd density and you can change the traffic density and the amount of parked cars, and like literally there's nothing on the streets now. Like, obviously this is a simple, this isn't what a game design is actually like.
No.
Like, this is just a tech demo so that they can show the effects of it. Game design is incredibly hard. It's probably one of the hardest things to do in the world.
Definitely.
To create a world that actually functions. Mm-hmm. But like, look at this. Like, on the fly, I'm on the street and I can just remove everything.
Wow.
And, like, you're in a ghost town. Then you can add stuff back. It's like some really cool tools, and then you can see the different views and stuff like that. The nanite views. Based on all the different materials and stuff like that. But this is all part of Unreal 5. We saw the last demo, which was phenomenal as well. I found this even more impressive because that felt a little bit scripted and linear, whereas
well,
this
also,
is
this is a real recognizable world as well, so your brain is naturally going to pick out flaws if there are any, and to me this is about as real as I've seen a video game world.
Yeah, and there is anti-aliasing things and flickering and like shadows and stuff like that and textures. But like we're literally just changing the sun rotation on the fly here, Rich.
Yeah.
And it changes the lighting, it changes the reflections and the shadows. Like everything's just real time, and it's just absolutely it blew me away, Rich. And this is where I'm hoping that we go with video games.
Indeed.
Rich, that's a nice one for the weekend. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Goodbye.
Bye.